Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail. We wrapped up Mehwahhetsoan field station last time, and we got a storage device filled with some stuff that needs to be de-encrypted. But let's talk with Geo. Guidance of the Hetso. Alize isn't wrong, the mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the soul system, but even they're unsettled, wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. Good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who have grown old. That's why it's been younger folk who have been leaving. That's why it's been mostly been younger folk who've been leaving Tural, the ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tulial. My brother is doing all he can to see the XIV Railroad restored to operation so that people may come and go more freely. Fortunately, the tracks only go so far as Vanguard, so traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I looked for this visit, Koana seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To the Shaaloani station, then. I'll make sure to keep Koana informed. That will resolve, and Ariana the boot. What can I do for you for? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There is an increasing number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, a vow of reason is also on its way here to take stock of the situation. Ah, scratch the on his way. Did our little pun finally outgrow his old clothes? Oh, stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I've chosen a different path. It was time for a change. You're here about the railroad, too? It was in part for my sake that the original Dawnblazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lama T has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. See, when we used the Dawnblazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem: how to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mehwahhetsoan. That is the Ronik, though the Hetsaro that followed them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. The silent train presents a different danger. The Ronik will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the railroads plotted to avoid the Ronik's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting close in the first place. The Ronik's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Mehwahhetsoan for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hetsaro have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best for us to begin by consulting the leader, Watto. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hetsaro encampment, if you like. Good job, me. It's nighttime. Woo! Vow of reason, I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to Mehwahhetsoan? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the XIV Railroad. You too have noted the Ronek's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shapedo, has been looking into this matter. Shapedo? Normally, we'd expect the Ronek to keep to their favorite grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing and Piaranon or Yawatane. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead of pushing westward towards your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hetsaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hetsaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronek as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by the nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. A chance encounter with the kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper until y'all's markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I'd already been in the palace some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly, I have never heard of the Ronek choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hetsaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say the idea of following their footsteps that might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. Even if it might help you better understand the Ronek's current behavior. As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discovery with the Hetsaro may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than the blind fervor of innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me the Ronek and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We'd be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn the Hetsaro culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronek and we'll have a look around the plains. And perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I am not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth my every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. Now, introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Let's meet back here later to share what we've learned. Alright, so we've got 4 people to talk to. Hello, ruffled Ronek. As you stroke the Ronek's coat, you notice that many portions are shaky and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? You need the right tool for the job, mind you. A comb of the type you're used to would get lost in a tangle, like it's not. You mean like this fur brush here? Sit hand over. Ah, Shapedo sent the Ronek brush with you, did he? How like him. Now, just run it through one little patch at a time, gently. You dutifully brush the Ronak until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. But these are new clothes! Well done! And with less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat. Yes, at 2 a.m. And less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries should the need arise. You're learning about the Mehwahhetsoan way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I have arrived at them myself. Our Mehwahhetsoan provide us with something that we use in medicines, poultices, and soap to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it? Is it done? Again? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We discovered a myriad uses for Ronak chips over time, such each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Mehwahhetsoan always provide. This won't do. The wind will go right through it, and me without my needle and sinew. How about this mending kit? Oh, these are precisely what I need. I should be able to patch up the cover in now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Ronak hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. Right by the... Alright. I'm afraid I finished with my task for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you about our migration customs? If you're here, you're likely already know that the Ronak are our Mehwahhetsoan, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions we Mehwahhetsoan must also part with half of our number. You may think it is a strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This too is the wisdom of the Mehwahhetsoan. You smell the grass and wind, which is a good thing, I promise. You can nearly be mistaken for one of us, and with the horns of a Ronak to boot. That has to be a reference to being alright. I have to wonder how Koana is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Ah, there he is now. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing with the Ronak and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you anything to share? Our life revolves around the Ronak, mentoring the people to receive all they need. The Ronak are treasured members of the community as important as family. Indeed, the Ronak provide for the Mehwahhetsoan, and in turn the Mehwahhetsoan are good to the Ronak, just as family should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronak as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Tyrol, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning of what we've done today. I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Mehwahhetsoan are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Koana. You are welcome among our herd anytime. That wasn't at the mouse this time. Hello, Koana. The warmth of family. Koana! How did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Mehwahhetsoan. They nourish the heads. I thought I heard music. They nourish the head sorrow as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beast to be tamed. Moreover, Ronek are sensitive, though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale. They must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. Was music, just barely. The Mehwahhetsoan would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronek's once favorite grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronek. Even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Starloraptors, but they look to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Mehwahhetsoan would have surely put two and two together were the cause geological, I measured the area's ether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. What do you think, Koana? Given where we are, I believe we are dealing with a powerful beast, a predator perhaps, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail, by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be the Mehwahhetsoan? Mehwahhetsoan? Ronek Reaver in the common tongue, our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Mehwahhetsoan in the night is another evocative one. Ronek can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Mehwahhetsoan. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore was an unusually tough hide. I can't recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam in the wilds in the northeast, but most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home, and it's packed both. In any case, I believe the source of the Ronek's consternation is clear, as is our next move. We must drive this Reaver away that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear, we will make certain that the beast threatens you no more. Dun dun dun, it's a solo instance. Let's go. The Ronek Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked. But it won't do it for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found. Your progress through the upcoming battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you'll be able to try again for the most recent of these. Please note if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out or get disconnected from the game, the progress will be lost. Can I open menus from here? Sure, nothing wonky. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. It's suddenly daytime and clear weather. Thank you. Game.
Help! Help! Mehwahhetsoan is coming this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety!
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Alright, so there's some weirdness with some audio positioning if I move
Make
my
haste!
camera.
We must protect the Ronek!
So I'll try not to.
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
Alright, search for the Ronek. We pray the Hetso are alright. Be fortunate if they ran this way. It's buff actually. I don't know if 7.11 actually fixed my little weird thing with the audio. There wasn't anything mentioned, so I think I see.
There they are!
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
Alright, stroke the trembling Ronek. Help me out here, Anvil. No teeth marks. Knuckle.
That herd should be alright. Let's look for stragglers.
I want to get a camera.
The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind.
Yeah, it's like the voices are set in place. It's still happening, I guess. No.
There must be something up ahead. Come!
So, not right by the camera, I
There!
guess.
These are no match for the likes of us.
Alright! Yes, yeah! Let's take them out. Also, more importantly, let's take this moment to, take a moment to hit the wrong button. It's cool. Alright, Starteraptors!
In a panic was clearly an understatement.
Oh. I need to... Get over here, you.
More are coming!
Alright, let's deal with these lizards. Can I sit here? Nope. 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 Cannot go there. Good to know. Hey, Koana, that's for multiple groups. The shotgun, not for single target.
You're mine!
Alpha alligator! That's not the button I want to hit. fine. Oh, we got a bunch of alligators. Where did they all come from?
Nothing then.
Hey, Koana. Koana, do your thing. Have a cooler limit break the machinist actually gets here. Why isn't that machinist limit break? This is an outrage. That would require them making B range not be the line, I guess. Buttons are so off.
It seems that did the trick.
I want to move my camera, but I can't.
For the fodder, at least. But where's... Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there! So fast!
Even should it cost me my life.
I will save the Hetso!
Koana! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
Alright, let's go.
You'll find
Awesome.
the vow of reason is
We're
not
doing hot
to
damage here.
resolve.
Very hot damage. Oh yeah, I love me a
Not even a scratch!
sub 3k Phantom Rush. Always feels good.
Buy me some time to think, will you?
Oh. I don't want to do this on me. Cool.
And I will find it.
Yeah, we're literally just here punching. Passing time for Koana. Because he uses barrel stabilizer. For the love of...
Keep it busy. I need time.
Koana, we've had a talk about shotgun before.
Right. Go for the legs.
We need to have a talk about auto crossbow as well. I think we do. He's just using random tools. Thanks, Koana. Appreciate it. Alright, front. Back. Gonna put out a couple things for us to dodge here. Here. Dodge Koana. Dodge me. Back. Seen this already. Why are we already repeating mechanics?
Now we just have to keep it pinned. Get thinking, Koana!
We're still doing like no damage, it's
A
great.
protective current of ether. But whence does it flow?
Protective ether is there. Conducted by the scales. I like that voice this part. Now trace that back to the point of greatest density.
I got it!
Our best chance.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and... You're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
My Thomas! We can do damage! Feels good, man. Do damage.
Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Is it though? My timer. So sad right now. Front! Side! Should be fine here now. Excuse me! Guys, I would appreciate the stack. Thank you! What am I doing? No, I need to go dark. Fine. Salvageable, but not pretty. Primordial Roar. That button. Alright, Aether Call! Calling out some orbs. I
We
assume
must
they're
disperse that ether ere the river recovers it!
yoink, yoink, yoink,
This is going to hurt.
yoink, yoink. Maybe if you actually dispersed all the ether. Oh, and none of them got to the boss. Cool. No, excuse me. punching here. I feel like I'm a Yako with all the orbs. I'm busy punching here.
We did it. Mehwahhetsoan, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehwahhetsoan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats. But the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Koana, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Mehwahhetsoan. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Mehwahhetsoan. That's where the Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetso!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. As the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am done, servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
To know that the Hetzel are safe is more than enough, yet would it be wrong to hope that in protecting them, we also avenge my parents? It is the least I owe to them after all this time. Arya, I thank you for standing by me as Dawn servant and as the often perfect man beneath that mantle. Now, let's return our attention to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Ronek strain from their favorite grazing and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Let's return to Shaaloani station and begin work on it then. Walika and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. What if we return... Hello, person. What if we return to Shoshenawazi Springs next time? Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Also consider checking out the description for various links, social media, like Blue Sky, I am on Blue Sky, and Discord, where there are also notifications. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!